Hey friends, so I love traveling and discovering new places. Lately, I've been exploring parts of the world that were new to me, traveling around Russia and Central Asia and spending 6 months living in Georgia. This year, I chose to live in another new place for me for some time. It's a region that's always sparked my curiosity. A small piece of Russia tucked between Poland, Lithuania and the Baltic Sea. It's called the Kaliningrad region, an exclave with a fascinating mix of history, cultures and landscapes. So while I'm here, I've made it my mission to explore every little corner of it, especially the small towns that once belonged to East Prussia and are now slowly opening up to travelers. Hi friends, I'm in a small town here in the Kaliningrad region. It's called Zheleznodorozhny. Well, actually it's a village. It's not even a town, it's really tiny. And today I just came here because I continue exploring the Kaliningrad region. And you know that there are so many little towns here that I wanted to see, so it was on my bucket list. It's a really tiny and pretty village. And now I'm in this ancient church. It was built in the 14th century and it's almost destroyed, but you can go inside, you can pay for a ticket. So I'm gonna explore it a little bit and see the other spots. I'm really excited because today the weather is so beautiful and it looks really pretty here. So let's go. So Zheleznodorozhny is really close to the border with Poland. It used to be a German town. Back then it was called Gerdauen, and its history goes all the way back to 1315 when a fortress was built here. Over the centuries, life slowly grew around it, and even today you can still feel that long history as you walk around. Somehow the town wasn't destroyed much during the Second World War, and that's what makes it so special. It feels like stepping into a small medieval town, almost frozen in time. One of the main landmarks here is the 14th century church. In the 17th and 18th century it was renovated and even got an organ crafted by a master from Königsberg. When the region became part of the Soviet Union, the church was turned into a house of culture. Sadly, over time it wasn't maintained properly and eventually the roof collapsed. Still, I think even in ruins it holds a quiet beauty, a reminder of all the layers of history this place has seen. Oh, this little town is so cute. I'm so happy to be here because the weather is so beautiful. I think I tell you in every video that I really love this region because here the nature is just amazing. It's so picturesque, so green with fields and these forests and lakes. And in general there are a lot of birds and animals here. I've already explored this church. It's kind of like in a ruined state right now, but it's also exciting, I think, because it has a nice atmosphere. So you can buy a ticket, it's like really cheap, you can go inside, you can climb up and go to that tower, but not all the way up, unfortunately. They closed part of the stairs, I guess because it's not safe to go there right now. And now I'm just gonna go to a cafe. There is a nice cafe here from what I've read. It's like a cafe slash museum where you can see some objects from the past, some like German objects. Yeah, it's gonna be cool, I think. And then I will just walk around the streets because, well, from what I've read, again, this town has been renovated recently and is becoming more and more beautiful every year, and it's attracting more and more tourists. But still, there are not so many tourists here. So let's continue exploring this town, Zheleznodorozhny. I really love all these details of buildings, and they're making pavements here. Well, I guess it's gonna be really beautiful very soon. And now the roads and the streets look like this. Not all of them, but some. Right next to this church, someone lives and has a garden. That's so cool. Looks really cute. After the walk around the town, I stopped by the most unusual little place here, a museum cafe. It's in a beautifully restored house right in the center of the village, and inside it feels like stepping into another time. While you sip your coffee or have lunch, you're surrounded by a private collection of rare objects, musical boxes, old gramophones, and even an Edison phonograph. Here I also had a chance to try some traditional East Prussian style food. I ordered a vegetable stew with sausages sausages, which was really delicious. And of course, I couldn't resist some crispy draniki. They're not Prussian, but they're a staple of Russian comfort food. Also, apparently there is a little guest house run by the same owners, and it's actually the only hotel in town, but I guess it should be cozy. Yeah, the streets here are almost empty. There are some tourists, I have seen them, but still it's a very peaceful place. I really liked all the details here, from these old German houses with doors and different things. Well, some buildings here look like this. Well, I can see that there is a lot of work in progress in this town, but really I'm enjoying it so much so far. You know, the street looks so cozy. Yeah, if only they had the pavements ready. But I guess, yeah, it's gonna be really cool very soon. Wow, it looks so beautiful from here. Well, apparently this pond was created during the times of Prussia. It was handmade. And here there is the beach. I don't know if you can swim here in the pond, but maybe, who knows? You know what I noticed about this town is that there are so many kids here. I don't know why, but maybe because the weather is nice today and all of them just went outside and they're all playing, and I think it's a really cool place to grow up in because there is a lot of nature and these ruins of ancient castles and churches, and they can imagine all kinds of things while playing, and they can go to this beach here, play by the water. Yeah, I think it's so cool. And now I'm gonna go to a castle here, which is like one of the main landmarks as well. At the place of the castle there used to be a Prussian settlement, but then the Teutonic Knights came and conquered the settlement and they built their own stone castle on that place. And the castle throughout history has been destroyed several times, but still you can see some parts of it that are still standing. So I'm gonna go there. You know, I've read about this building, the windmill behind me, that it was abandoned for a very long time, and just recently someone bought it and started renovating it, and they're planning to open a brewery there and also a hotel with a spa zone. I would love to spend a weekend here and stay in this historical building, for example, with this view, and also right next to the castle. And I love this lake so much. Well, this is not a lake, a pond. It's so beautiful. Now I guess we can only imagine what this castle used to look like in the past, because there are just some parts of walls and some buildings left. I really would be curious to know what it looked like in the past. And the birds are singing as always. It's so beautiful. You know, I just can't leave this place. I found this little corner by this historical building that looks really pretty because I guess it has been renovated just recently. And this blooming tree here, and it's so quiet here. There is no one because the street is being renovated, so I guess people don't walk here. And the birds are so beautiful. I think I can just stay in this corner for hours and just, you know, meditate, just listen to the sounds of nature. It's so beautiful. And breathe the smell of flowers. Okay, I think now I've seen almost everything here in this little town. It's really small. I was able to walk slowly and just take my time and explore these little streets. I think that this town has so much potential, and I can see that now they're putting a lot of effort into making it even more beautiful. I think that now is also a great time to explore it, because while it's still like in the process of this renovation, there are not so many people and you can just enjoy this quiet Sunday evening here, which I really appreciate. And I really like that there is life here. It's not just some, touristy spot, but people live here in their tiny wooden houses. They do gardening here, kids are playing on the streets, and there are a lot of cats walking around. And in general, exploring the Kaliningrad region has been an adventure and a real pleasure for me, because, there is a lot of history here and nature is beautiful. And I just love that there are so many little towns here and there that you can go to. And even if you travel around by car or by bus, you can see that there are like little villages with some ruins of some ancient castles or churches. There is so much to see here. And in general, I really like that it's kind of like slow. There is no rush, there is a lot of nature, and it feels like you can just slow down and enjoy. Compared to big cities like Moscow or St. Petersburg, life in Kaliningrad and the area around it is really slow. And I really love it, to be honest. If you have a chance to come and explore the Kaliningrad region, I really advise you to. If you love history, then it will be a great trip, I think. Finally, I found one Soviet building. Here it is. Привет. Can you hear how quiet it is here? I really love it. In general, I really love the atmosphere in this little town. Usually, when a town is small, it can be a little bit depressing. But here, I don't know why, but it looks like a really nice place to live. So it's a good destination for a half-day trip, but also there is a hotel here, like a tiny hotel in a historical building, so you can stay overnight. But I'm really happy that I spent this day here today, and now I'm gonna catch a bus. I'm just walking here alone. This town is so quiet, but at the same time I feel very safe here. I haven't seen any drunk or homeless people, and all the people who come here, they look really nice. It just feels like a town with a really good atmosphere, a very safe place. This is the main square of the city. It looks really cute. There is a sculpture of a man with beer, and also a sculpture of Lenin in the background. There is a street library here. Let's see. A lot of Soviet books. Let's see if there is anything interesting. Jack London, Tom Sawyer. Oh, nice books actually. So you can read here, sit and read for free and enjoy the view.